Captain on the bridge.
Alright, captains, we are back here on the bridge, and today, yes, we got something to go over from the Star Trek Online X feed, so on screen. Yes, captains, before we get into this video, like always, do us a huge favor and hit the like button to help the overall channel out. But also, if you're new here, welcome. Consider subscribing here to the YouTube bridge. We're always on the lookout for like-minded captains to share our love, passion for Star Trek Online, but also things Star Trek. Now, that said, here we go. Captains, we have one thing to go over. So as we normally do, we will drop the two ECs and then at the end give our conclusion. So here it is. The next step in our 2024 event campaign is coming to PC next week. Now, this blog released 2 days ago. As of this recording, it is, well, it's either going to be the 18th or the 19th, depending on when we drop the video. But regardless, this blog dropped on the 16th. The Flagship celebration. Earn progress to win the grand prize and get the new Khitomer Defender Space set. Now, I've always loved this image here of the flagships of Stowe. Love it. Absolutely love it. So let's see what, and this is awesome. Captains, we actually just finished our event campaign progress. So what we're going to do once we kind of get our ducks in a row is come up with our own very recommendations for each and every one of the prizes. That would be the low buy, the 2 tier 6 ship coupons, which will have some extra ECs, which I think maybe we'll do a separate video on that, but we'll get that. We'll do that when we get there. And then of course the main prize of the premium T6 starship. So, but with that said, I know a lot of captains have already finished theirs and or about to, and it actually just took us 4 campaigns to finish this. So we didn't buy out any of the events. We just did it every day. I think I missed one day, maybe 2, but regardless, we finished it exactly on the last day. We didn't do like the every 20 hours. We did it like 24 hours or so. You can actually gain some time by doing it every 20 hours, but I've done it before and it's just not, it wasn't fun. Let's just say that. But it took us 4 campaigns to do it, and we're super happy that we got all those rewards. And again, we will drop a video on that when we have the opportunity to, so look out for that, my cap. So, but we'll go on here for this one. So the Flagship celebration events. We're celebrating the flagships of the fleet with the next event in our 2024 event campaign on PC. So we only got like a week, 2 weeks rest, not even 2 weeks. Initially, on Earth, the term flagship referred to the ship of an admiral. The ship would fly the admiral's flag, letting the rest of the ships in her squadron know where their commander was on the battlefield, and leading the charge into battle. Hundreds of years later, the Federation, the Klingon Empire, the Romulan Republic, and the Jem'Hadar all use the same word, translated from various languages, to denote the ship that sallies forth at the front of any formation. These ships, such as the Enterprise F, are the ships that blaze a path into the future, whether that future be of exploration or conquest. Any citizen of the Federation feels safer when an Odyssey class comes into view, and this month, all of the Khitomer Alliance will gather to celebrate these mighty flagships and their crew. So, the next step of our 2024 event campaign is coming to PC, and of course we'll follow on console later, with an event dedicated to the flagships of Star Trek Online. So from August 22nd to September 12th, you'll have the chance to participate in 4 different task force operations, all of them in space, to progress towards both this year's event campaign grand prize and the new Khitomer Defender Space set. So this is the 5th, and we just have one more after. So with the whole changes of the rewards, we have now 6 events. So this is the 5th one of 2024. So the TFOs that are included here are Borg Disconnected, Upiter Iratus, Swarm, and Synth Wave. Now the fastest one of these is Upiter Iratus, especially if you have captains that man each station, closing the portals as fast as possible. I think you just have to close like 14 or 15. As soon as that's done, it'll go into the next phase. Still time gated, but I think much faster than Borg disconnected swarm or synth wave, in my opinion. Rewards. Upon completing 14 days of progress on the Flagship Celebration event, you'll unlock the Kittimer Defender Space Set. This 3-piece space set includes a shield, deflector, and engine. So let's read about them here. Kittimer Alliance Regenerative Shield Array. The Kittimer Alliance Regenerative Shield Array is built for frontline combat and survivability. This helps you lead the charge and punish any who oppose you. To help with this, the shield has active sensors which track the current status of each facing shield. If an enemy attack damages the hull below a downed facing shield, the sensors trigger an instant retaliation which blasts the enemy with an anti-proton beam. Interesting. Each facing shield must be regenerated up to at least 25% before being able to retaliate again. That sounds pretty cool. Kind of like a feedback pulse almost. Kittimer Alliance Hyper Impulse Engine. This unique propulsion system uses a rebuilt Hyper Impulse engine as its base. The original engine was modified to make it perform more like a combat engine without sacrificing all of its greater thrust capacity. This engine is modified to increase shield regeneration based on current throttle. It has a higher base speed and turn rate compared to standard combat engines. There's a emphasis on shields again, because shields are just so needed here in Star Trek Online. Kittimer Alliance Deflector Array. The Kittimer Alliance Deflector Array emphasizes shield durability, helping you dive into the front lines by vastly amplifying your shield capacity and shield regeneration to ensure that you are able to dish out punishment to any who dare to oppose you. The attack also provides bonuses to your critical hit chance and anti-proton damage, the Kittimer Alliance's hallmark. I mean, that sounds good, but this is all based on anti-proton. Our builds, I think the only ship that uses anti-proton right now for us personally is my tank on my engineer character, which the reason why I'm using on my, who is Federation, they actually do, and they're the Bowl ones, they actually do look like phasers from the Picard series. So that's why we're kind of using, but of course that's also the best weapons to use on a tank in our opinion, or I was so told. But we don't have a lot of builds that have anti-proton. If anything, that's the only one, I believe. And the only reason why we also use anti-proton is to do our Pendevers when we have that one where we just have to do anti-proton damage. So here are the set bonuses. So 2-piece set bonus. Equipping 2 pieces of this set gives you a bonus to shield regeneration and shield hardness. Again, huge emphasis on the shield stuff. 3-piece set bonus. Equipping all 3 pieces of this set grants you the power coordinated empowering anti-proton field. By the faction's powers combined. What is this, like Voltron? What? You and your team get cloaked briefly and gain empowered shield regeneration and damage bonus. Also, a damaging anti-proton field forms centered on you and your teammates, dealing damage to any enemy caught inside. The field's damage scales up with the amount of enemies inside the field. Now, upon claiming this grand prize, whether earned or purchased, your account will immediately become eligible for bonus progress. The first bonus progress rewarded will be accompanied by a reward of 8,000 Miltium ore. Earning bonus progress each day thereafter will increase this reward by an additional 1,000. So again, going back here to this Kittimer set, it doesn't really sound too special, to be honest with you. And we're going to get it, obviously, because we're going to do the event, because we always do all the events. And it sounds like it could be a good set to use when you're leveling up a new tune. So if you're a new captain here to Star Trek Online, you got a new space set to kind of work towards and use and you can use as a filler until you can get the better performing ones out there, because this to me personally does not sound like it's game changing or breaking, but I could be wrong. Captains, let me know in the comments below what you think of this space set. For the event campaign, of course, this featured event will be the 4th of the series of upcoming events. That will 4th, I thought it was the 5th already. We'll participate in the latest installment of our multi-event system known as the event campaign for 2024. We're changing things up. You'll need to participate in 6 events in total. Yeah, this is the 5th in order to earn the grand prize. However, the grand prize is changing as well. instead of having to choose from the Tier 6 Infinity promotional ship of your choice, 2 free Tier 6 Zen store coupons, or 1,500 low buy, you will receive all 3. No more difficult choices except the ones to actually make when you actually have them. But we'll go over that in future videos. Just get all the rewards at once. So again, players may earn 50 event progress for each day they participate in the eligible events. Buying out an eligible event will include up to 700 event campaign progress. So again, you can progress sooner. I think some captains got theirs like a month, 2 months ago, I believe, by just by buying the progress out. Each event's buyout only grants as much event progress is relative to the amount paid, after prorated discounts are applied. This means that paying half price because you participated 7 out of 14 of the required data so far will grant you 350 event campaign progress. Essentially, you get what you pay for. So again, complete the whole entire campaign to unlock a Tier 6 Infinity promotional ship, 2 free T6 and store coupons, and the 1,500 low buy. We hope you enjoy this event, captains, and we'll see you in the final frontier. So again, it's free. We're not gonna down it because it's not a really set that we would use, but it's something nice to have, especially for newer captains who are trying Star Trek Online. This is a great thing to do, and of course, as we recommend always, keep doing the event even after you've claimed the prize to get the additional dilithium, as it's mentioned here, along with the marks to build up reputations or get the gear from the reputations, or if you're done that, turn all that to dilithium ore, so that at least you can gain in-game resources whilst doing this event. So there you go, captains. That is the video. That is the upcoming event for PC, and of course it will follow shortly after on the console. Looking forward to it. It's going to be an easy one. Uber the Race is one of my favorites, not like the top list TFOs, but you get to fight Terrans. I always love fighting the Terrans, and it's fun hearing Killy's voice there in that TFO. So captains, do us a huge favor, hit the like button, comment below, let us know what you think of this event. Let us know what flagship you use the most. For us, it's the Odyssey, because that is now canonized, and of course we love canon ships. And of course, if you're new here, consider subscribing to the YouTube Bridge, and we will leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.